good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Dr. News. News from in and around the universe that are so amazing, so colossal, so imploding that your brain just might implode, causing a colossal negative space wedgie that could dramatically affect the weather system, not only in your area, but might make it rain in Peru. Now, lots of weirdness going on. Like I said, I got lazy over this weekend because I was really, really depressed because next Saturday would have been Time Lord Expo. Like I said, I'd already planned to take down that sword and that sword over there. And like I said, people are like, "Oh God, you're such a rich bastard." I'm like, that I paid $20 for that one and $20 for that one at a con. Okay, they're not like battle ready or anything like that. They're just there for display. I got that because of my old Klingon Trekkie days, which died in 2009. Okay, but yeah, it was, I was literally going to fill up that top wall there, with autograph photos from that con. But the good news is, out of, that heartbreak, out of that despair, Ohio Who is still going on this weekend. So if you're in Ohio and you're anywhere near the Columbus, Ohio area, because it's just outside of Columbus and Hilliard, Ohio, go to, matter of fact, just go to this, type in like Ohio Who 2017. This page will come up, or go look at Pack Rat Comics. That's where it's going to be at. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Terry Malloy and Caitlin Blackwood, of course, and it is going to be a phenomenal, Saturday. Sure, it's not the 3-day wonder we were being offered and taken away from us under mysterious circumstances. But, yeah, somebody keeps asking me about that. Look, there's reasons why I cannot go into that, okay? That's why I have not discussed any further details of it. So that's where it's got to stay, okay? The buck stops there on that subject as far as Time Lord Expo goes, all right? I'm doing that for a reason. Someone wants me to spill, I cannot, all right? So that's where I got to leave it. Okay, so let's get on to it. Let's get in with it. And let's roll the videotape. No, oh, God, who remembers videotape? Okay, I feel really old now. All right, here we go. Next thing you know, he'll be like, Dr. Freedom's going to ask me if I know what a reel-to-reel is. All right. All right, here we go. Changes the new Doctor Who series starring Jodie Whittaker revealed as show bosses plot a fresh and brilliant revamp. Wow, Mirror. At least you got some things accurate for a change. But it's the reason why it's accurate is because it's stuff I've been talking about for months. It's stuff a lot of the other channels have been talking about for months. It's stuff I've heard about through various sources for like 2-3 months now. And they're just now going, aha, we got the inside scoop. No, it's called you watched a bunch of YouTube videos and hung out on Gallifrey base. And the only time they get anything right is when it's stuff that, leaks onto there from other reputable sources. Because, like I said, 9 out of 10 times, unless it's somebody reputable, Gallifrey base is more full of crap than my local outhouse. And yes, there are probably people here who still have outhouses. All right. So basically, it's nothing new that the series will run for 10 weeks rather than the usual 12 or 13. What they're not saying in this article is, yes, there will be a freaking Christmas special. But a lot of people are freaking out already going, oh my God, it's Gomulus, Doctor Who. Okay, so let's take 12 episodes times 45 minutes. What do you get? 540 minutes. Now, every now and then they do, stick in, a little bit extra time, depending on if it's a series ender or whatnot. So let's estimate up to, say, 560 minutes. 10 60-minute episodes gives you that many. No, it gives you 600 minutes. Plus, the other reason this might be a good idea is because it will eliminate the let's hurry up and get to the end endings. They can spend a little bit more time on character development, a little bit more time building up the story. You'll notice that the 1-hour episodes, like I said, are usually pretty good. Usually, I say, because there's more buildup, there's more suspense, there's more story. You can put more story into that story. You see, if you know what I'm getting at. So, like, you'll notice my stories, a lot like Skydark and, Death Moon, all that. People are like, oh, don't bring up that trash. I like I love it. It's like, dude, when you make fun of it in the comment box, that just shows me you listened and you liked it and you're throwing fits because you didn't do anything like that yourself. I'll go into that later. It's not. I won't even go into that. It's not even worth it. But okay, so right here, like I said, it's just telling us stuff we already know. And of course, the only things I hadn't heard about was a new Sonic. But come on, you had to know there was a new Sonic coming. Also, they're supposedly looking at a newer TARDIS exterior prop, so they're gonna update the police box, and of course the new console room, which we kind of figured was coming, because when Chibnall's coming in there, he's kicking the whole thing over. He's kicking the anthill over and he's building a new one, and that's usually what happens when you have a showrunner come in. So it's not the fact that they're killing the show; it's no, they're revitalizing it. They're bringing it into a new era. And they're going to make some improvements you don't like, but at the same time could be, vital to the survival of the show. While the show's ratings haven't really dipped as low, everyone's going, oh my God, the ratings for Subterranean. Yeah, but everybody's ratings for Subterranean last spring. Even Casualty's ratings were Subterranean, for crying out loud. So, and also Doctor Who took Saturday as the most watched program on BBC One, like 3 or 4 weeks. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there were at least 3 or 4 weeks. And it's like, come on. It's not that the show is dying. It's just, it's stuck on this plateau. And it's like hanging out there, with the Roadrunner and, Wile E. Coyote. Oh, sorry, that's a whole other subject. Shada gets an animated completion. That's right. Shada, which was an episode that was filmed back, I think it was, remember, oh, yeah. No, it was filmed back in 79. And the thing was, it was never finished. There was some things going on back then. You folks who've been hanging around Doctor Who a long time already know that. Now, what they're planning on doing is they've remastered all the original filmed stuff, and now they're going to take animated segments to fill in the missing bits. And Shada was going to be an epic. It really was. Matter of fact, even you folks who've just seen, like, the various ones, there was the one with Paul McGann and Lalla Ward, Flash Animation. There's one Ian Levine did. There's, the one where I think it was 92 there, where Tom Baker, narrates in the missing bits. And so now we're getting it completed with animation. And also, if you want to check this, go all the way down to the bottom here, click on this. Watch this, and when you see how well they cleaned up the live action parts, you are going to be freaking astounded. I'm not kidding. Plus, look at all the bonus material that's going to come with this thing. All right, so keep in mind, this will be released as a digital download on the 24th of November, and will be available on DVD and Blu-ray on the 4th of December. And it's also going to be released, in a steelbook, DVD, and Blu-ray. And this is nearly. Oh, baby. Look at that. That's the steelbook cover right there. So if you're into that, boom, boom, boom. All right. Also, in case you're all wondering, oh, God, why should I go watch this piece of crap? I'm a new Whovian. I don't like that. There are some, actually, there's a lot of new Whovians who have gone back and embraced the classic series. But this one, if you have not seen it in any way, shape, or form, just to give you a little spoiler alert, maybe pull you in, Shada's the name of the Time Lord prison planet. Got your little times. Ooh, it makes you want to rub your TARDIS key and go, ooh, K9, come here. Oh, moving on. Sam Winstone, a conversation with the Sam Hoyle. Now, the reason why I put this up is, all right, now this is taking place tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, it will be tomorrow. And this is Simon Winstone, who, by the way, is now the head of drama for BBC Studios Wales. So, head of drama Wales. Now, he's in a conversation with Sam Hoyle, who, by the way, is now co-executive producer of the new series of Doctor Who, along with Matt Strevens. Write those names down, because these are the people who are going to be guiding Doctor Who from now on with the new showrunner, Chris Chibnall. And also, yeah, you may recognize some of those names. I remember, I think Sam Hoyle worked on Broadchurch, if I remember correctly. So keep these things in mind. Also, like I said, I just mainly put that down there for you folks who are keeping track, keeping a scorecard. And also, if you're in the area card, if you want, I don't know if there's any tickets left or not. But I figure I'd just throw this in because this is important information. You want to keep an eye on these folks. All right, New York City Comic Con. Peter Capaldi wows the audience at an emotional panel. He's basically said once he goes, he does not want to come back. Is one of the things he did bring. He's brought up before that he wouldn't mind doing Big Finish and whatnot, but I think he says once he's gone, as we've said. And here's yet another reason why he decided to leave. And like I said, I think he did decide to leave, but I think he was pressured into that decision, especially once I heard, I think Gurley Letters put up that there was a possibility that Jodie Whittaker was already auditioning along with other actresses back in January. And considering he didn't announce he was leaving until a bit after that, makes me wonder if, Peter, I think you need to see the door. And I think that's what happened. I honestly do, because whenever someone said, once again, if you watch the videos of this panel, when he goes to answer that question, he always does the same thing. He kind of looks up and to the left. And like I said, I may be nuts, but if you've watched The Mentalist or any other, or if you've studied any of that, when you're doing that, you're searching for a politically correct answer to cover something up, basically going to lie. I don't think he likes that, but I think he's falling on his own sword. That's what I think it is. And they go it's a little bit right here. Like I said, don't even bother with this. This is freaking San Diego Comic-Con. I can't figure out for the life of me why they even have this linked up here, because it has nothing to do with this down here. And it covers just a couple other things that the other article did not go over. Like one of my friends, like here, his doctor isn't going gently, so he's still not going to be happy about changing forms at the end of the episode, at least for what we can gather. All right, K9 on the 8th, just 2 days ago, turned 40 years old. First introduced in The Invisible Enemy, and Mr. Know-It-All Bot has been around since. He's still going on in Big Finish. Someone freaked out because I had John Leeson at the beginning of one of these videos for a sound clip. And I go, yeah, he's still doing the voice of K9 40 years later. There was no real digital thing thrown in. That's him mainly. So K9 still around. Also, if I remember right, the Cyberman turned 51. And, just kind of weird. This show's been around so damn long now. Makes me feel even older. Especially you folks who've been around since the first series. All right. And sadly, with time passing, so do people we know. Trevor Martin has passed away. He was the first actor to play the Doctor on stage in Doctor Who and the Daleks and the Seven Keys to Doomsday, which was back in '74 at the London's Adelphi Theatre. Sorry, my allergies are catching up with me again. And he was 87 years old, and he did many, many great things. As a matter of fact, he even played a Time Lord in Patrick Troughton's last serial, The War Games. Matter of fact, an interview with Trevor is going to be released on October 16th as part of the Mythmaker series. So it's sad, but time passes on, and so must we as human beings. It just, we should be lucky, have as many years on the planet as this guy had, 87 years. Okay, so like I said, keep your eye out for, please, if you're in Ohio, please bring a little extra cash if you can. They're not going to be collecting entry fees at Ohio Who, but they are going to have a donation thing out, because if they can get enough money put together, and if this event carries over well, they are going to plan hopefully a larger event in 2018. It may not be as monumental as Time Lord Expo, but there's a lot of classic Who guests who do not get to come to Ohio. And there's quite a few who want to come to Ohio. But like I said, the only people I've seen getting booked in Ohio are doctors, except for, of course, when Pete Davison bowed out on us and Eve Miles stepped in. And, of course, Jack Hartness. But I'm talking about classic companions. Like, we don't get Sophie Alder. We don't get Annika Wills here. We don't get, anyone along that line. We don't get Fraser Hines. We don't get Terry Malloy, who played Dab Ross, except for, thankfully he's going to be at Ohio Who. And, along with some of the other new folks that don't, because some of these cons we have in Ohio, sure, they got the new Who companions and stuff like that. They got the new Who, doctors, but the prices are outrageous. I'm not kidding. It's just nuts. But I'm just saying, I really hope this event takes off. I want these ladies, to do well. And that is, of course, Heather from over at Wibbly Wobbly Timey Wimey, and, of course, Linda Blackwood, who threw this thing together literally inside of 48 hours. And that's not easy to do. Well, I got to get it going, folks. So take care, ta-ta, enjoy the rest of your day. Well, it's going to be morning now. So until then, until next time. Oh, people are going to wonder what the Omega files are. I'm like, there hasn't really anything we want to do on them. I think because this weekend I'm going to be doing Time Lord Ohio Who. Oh God, almost said Time Lord Expo. And I think the following week we're going to do It 2017 because I think we have enough people on the panel who've seen it, literally seen it. We did one on Ghost on the Shell. It will never air. Let's just say I had a new person in there and it didn't work out. I'm not kidding. It's never going to see the air. It's going to be the missing Omega files. First one ever. Okay, folks, so take care, ta-ta, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. See you on the flip side. Freedom out, babies.